Starting this week, you need to start testing all of your models in Unity. By now you should have been watching your intro videos and have a basic understanding of how to navigate in Unity. So we're going to practice exporting a file and importing it into Unity. I have one model and I'm going to export it. First I have to make sure that I can do an FBX export. So I go to Window, Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager, and I make sure that FBX Maya is turned on, loaded, right? Close. So the way I got to that window, Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager, FBX to Maya is loaded. Alright. Now all I got to do is make sure the entire item is selected and go File, Export Selection, Options box. In here I have a pull down menu and I'm going to pull down FBX Export. I don't know the difference between DAE FBX or Export and just FBX. I'm just going to go with the default FBX. We can Google that a little bit later. Answers to everything are on the internet. In here, I want to be able to include my texture information. I have to figure out what's going on with my exporter that won't allow me to export my texture. But for you to witness this is great because you'll see how to troubleshoot it. I cancel. I'm just going to close it because I didn't change anything. So I can have my export done. I'm going to go File, Export Selection, FBX, Export Selection. I'm going to call it Maya Birdhouse. And I'm going to save it as this funky text under this breadcrumb. So my project dissertation scenes. Okay. Then I'm going to open it. I'm going to open up my Unity, which should be open down here. I'm going to try a whole new Unity. And in here I have an old project, so I'm going to do project, new project. I call it my birdhouse. And this is important, and you learn from the tutorials which one of these to turn on. Right now I'll just turn on the character controller, but you may, if you're specializing in lights or particles or skyboxes or terrain, you're going to want to turn that stuff on too. Let's look at my reference stuff just for fun. Oh, that's opening up. Oh, it won't open up. Okay. In here, I have a blank Unity platform, and you will learn about these in your videos. I'm going to do an asset import. Asset, import new asset. I'm going to find my Maya house demo. My birdhouse is right there. Import. Boom. There's my birdhouse. So you've also learned about materials. Well, there's no texture here because I wasn't able to export that texture. So I'm going to do an asset import of that texture. And I know I have it under birdhouse. I know it's birdhouse 11. And I have it here as just this plain old picture. So I'm going to go to my materials. See, it says materials here. It's like birdhouse. I'm going to drop that on there. And when I go to my birdhouse, you'll see in the preview down here that the material is attached. So let's see, when I pull it in, yes, I see it. I pressed F on the keyboard to center on it. See how easy that was? You're going to run into problems. It's okay. That's what I'm here to help you with. The most basic problem you're going to have is exporting it with textures. Your computers may be set up correctly to do it. For some reason I turned off a setting somewhere. I have to figure it out. But if it was good for you to witness my error so that you could troubleshoot it, typically when you do an FBX export and you have textures attached, you won't even have that issue. But you do need to be aware of how to attach your textures in. Now this is why working on your Z drive is critically important. You can work on your models and textures and stuff at home, but you have to remember how they connect to one another and make sure that everything is connecting correctly on your Z drive.